So here we are with my most recent purchase, which is the Kirmuss. I'm not sure how to say it. Ultrasonic cleaning system. Got this a few weeks ago, and I've been cleaning some records with it, and I gotta say I'm real pleased with it. I think is the surfactant that comes with it, and I use some distilled water to rinse, and really, yeah, it's really been working great. I mean, cleaned some records or sound them. It could be my imagination on some of them, that the music, it's not just the dirt, but that the whole presentation sounds better when the records are cleaned. Again, that could just be my imagination, but definitely, cleans up records in terms of just regular surface noise. And I think the more you do it, the better off you are. On some that are real particularly dirty, was able to clean up some flea market find, not flea market, garage sale find that was really in horrible shape, and got it in a definitely playable condition. So I can't remember if it's going for $700 or $800 now, but for an ultrasonic cleaner, I think it's a pretty good deal. And I think it's equivalent to the vacuum systems, at least. I've heard records on that, and they do a good job too. It just depends on which way you want to go. The process is not too bad. It's you put them through once for 5 minutes. You spray on the surfactant, wipe it around both sides, put it in again for 5 minutes, and then take it out and dry it off. I use a microfiber towel. I got a bigger one. It seems to work pretty well. And that's it. It's not too bad. I don't like things that are too fussy, and this really isn't that bad. So, yeah. Again, overall, if you're thinking about this, you saw it and it's like, oh, I'd like to get into cavitation with at a cheaper price. Now that the price point has dropped, go for it. I would say. All right, let's get on to some records. All right, I'm just going to go through what I got here. I got so much stuff. I even got more, but I don't think I can get through all of it. We'll see what I can get through today. Real mixed bag of stuff. I got on now. It's not in great shape. The record's all right. Juilliard quartets, Beethoven middle quartets. You got the Razumovsky on here, the harp, and quartet number 11. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All the Beethoven quartets are great if you don't know. Some like different periods, and they are a little bit different in each period. The late being probably the most acknowledged as all-time masterpieces, but in a way they all are of different genres. It's just that the late ones really are forward-looking and quite emotional, expressive. So these are great though. I just picked this up yesterday actually. It's Pat Metheny with Charlie Hayden and Billy Higgins, called Rejoicing. I just listened to side one on this. So far so good. Just a trio, simple trio music. Guitar, bass, obviously. Trio music. Sounds really nice. And, yeah, it's pretty good. This, I think, is a compilation. Linda Ronstadt's different drum on Capitol of her, I guess, like, what would you say, Stone Pony years. I don't know about the others. I know there's a few different compilations. This one I can highly recommend, though. Different Drum and Long Long Time were the big hits. He said I'm aware of. Um, I'll Be Your Baby Tonight, the Dylan song. You got Rock Me on the Water, Jackson Brown song. Mike Nesmith song on here. Really enjoyable and terrific all the way through, and a nice sounding album too for the time period. So if you're going to look for an early Linda Ronstadt compilation to see what she was doing then, I would say this might be the one to get. I can't compare it to the others, but this one's great. Finally, picked up a mono Parsley Sage on 2i Columbia. And this is in really good shape. So this was, I have a stereo 2i, and sort of rounding out the collection, the mono. I love Queen, but I never bought this album. Not that I got off the Queen train, but I never really heard anything great about this, and didn't get too interested by, you know, what I was hearing on the radio. Maybe I want it all. You know, now I listen to it. I just got it, and I think it's actually pretty good. Maybe a lot of you already know that, but yeah, I mean, they're still writing good songs up to this point, which is probably the last full album with Freddie. I know there's another album, Made in Heaven, but I'm not exactly sure. I don't know the story on that, but I thought it was the last full kind of band album before he got, maybe he was getting sick at this time or just getting sick. So yeah, you know, it's 80s. It's got that sound. You know, they got a little slicker as they got, you know, the Kind of Magic, you know, it got a little bit slicker even with the works, but still good songs. So yeah, this one I only listened to once. It's Fever Tree. Can't say much about it other than it's very 60s, and I can't remember if it's really psyche or not. Now I'm not really even remembering, but I was sort of like, oh, this is okay. This is decent. Didn't really blow me away though. I have not even opened this yet, but I've been looking for it for a very long time, and I don't know when this was released. It's music on vinyl, but it is the UK track list in mono for Are You Experienced? And I happen to prefer the UK track list on this, so I've been looking for it in some form. I can't remember which ones are on here. Can You See Me might be on here, but not on the American. And there's another one, maybe Remember. But I like those other songs. So, you know, this is really cool. But again, I haven't listened to it yet. This was, I was going to say a surprise, but not really a surprise, because I heard decent things about this album, even though I think it got trashed at the time it came out, and it was quickly forgotten, and very hard to find on vinyl, because it's right in that period of CDs and vinyl going away. But this is Dylan, and it's kind of relaxed, and it sounds to me like having fun. And you got some great guests on here. You got Stevie Ray Vaughan, you got George Harrison, playing some great, you know, guitar. Who else? Bruce Hornsby, Dave Crosby, Elton John, Al Cooper, Slash, you know, Jimmy and Stevie Ray, Don Was. It's kind of like maybe an all together. And this is the one after Oh Mercy, I think, and Oh Mercy is a pretty darn good album. This isn't quite up to that level. There may be nothing of the depth of like Most of the Time or some of the better songs on there, but it's light and it's sort of fun, just good. Wagner's Parsifal, which I've never had. This is Boulez, Bayreuth, Bayreuth 70, it says. So I guess this is from the festival. Yeah, live recording from the festival. I started listening to this. Obviously, this is a big thing to swallow. But I liked what I heard, and I'm not aware. My friend Daryl is a huge Wagner fan. In fact, he's at Bayreuth right now. I think the festival's going on. Hey, Daryl, if you see this, he informed me that Parsifal is, probably Wagner's most loved opera. So I like what I heard right away, which is good. So I'll dig into this a little bit more. So I guess a German copy. It's sample not for sale. It's Deutsche Grammophon, I believe. Yeah. And yeah. So that'll be hours of listening pleasure. This one's chewed up a little bit, but I guess the dog got a hold of it. But it's McCoy Tyner, of course, Coltrane's pianist from the great quartet years. And this is early first. I don't know. It's one of his early albums, if not his first. On Impulse. Lighter than some of the Coltrane stuff of the same period. I think this is 63. Yeah, 63. A little less adventurous than Coltrane, but nice. Told you, there's so much stuff here. It's ridiculous. Anthony Phillips, Genesis. This is Private Parts and Pieces 3. He does a series he did. This kind of stuff I could just put on and not think about too much. It's just sort of instrumental, nice instrumental music. It's got that pastoral, Renaissance-y thing that he brought to Genesis. And I think in some way Steve Hackett carried on. So he was really a good and interesting musician. And several of his albums are very, very enjoyable. The Wise After the Event and what is it called? The Goose and I'm forgetting now, but you know which one. If you know him, you know which one I'm talking about. It's the one with the goose in the title. Those are really, really good. And these are more, you would say, afterthoughts, but just a collection of random pieces. But still, nice listening. Yeah, decent sounding Mahler 2. I haven't listened to most of this. That sounded pretty good. I have a few different recordings of this. Concert Cabal Orchestra, Amsterdam. Bernard Haitink. Not really knowledgeable about him, but this was good. This is interesting. It's another trio, but now piano with Keith Jarrett, his Standards Volume 1 with Gary Peacock and Jack DeJohnette. And this is the one where, boy, would this be good if you would just shut up. I know there's some controversy about Keith Jarrett's mumbling on, or whatever you call it, on record and live, I guess, too, depending what camp you fall into. Like, for instance, on the Cold concert, I'm not really bothered by it, but on here, it's awful. I mean, he's just squealing, and the noise he's making are just not musical at all. And it really detracts for me. So I was really kind of disappointed by this, which I think would have been really good if if someone just sort of cut the mic on that or was able to isolate the piano from his voice. But if that's what you like, this is one for you. Really good Bert Jansch album, Birthday Blues. I like the early Bert Jansch stuff. And this is no exception. I don't remember what year this is from. I was just looking to see. I want to say it's like 71 or something, but English folky type stuff. I love the painting on the back. All the medieval or Renaissance, whatever you call this, madrigal-y type paintings. So yeah, if you're a fan of that English folk scene, this is a really good album. Listen to a little bit of this, the Magic Flute. I've got everything out of shape here. This is, obviously Mozart's Magic Flute. Very, very enjoyable opera. I don't know much about opera, but I know this one because I saw the Bergman film. Ingmar Bergman filmed this, and it was really good. It's a good movie if you want to check it out. It's on London, which are almost always fantastic, and this is no exception. Art Garfunkel. Got a couple Art Garfunkel albums recently. And this is probably the better the one of the two I got. I'll show another one another time. It's got, I believe, When I Fall in Love, It'll Be Forever. I think that was a sort of a minor hit. I think it's a really great song. It's also got My Little Town, which I guess appeared on Still Crazy, Paul Simon, and on this album for Art, the reunion song of them. And I Only Have Eyes for You. But this is pretty good. He does a nice cover of Disney Girls too, Beach Boys song. So yeah, this one I really liked. His first album, or I think it's Angel Clare or something, is really good. I don't know if this is a hair down from that, but maybe it's a little poppier. I don't know, but can't say which one I like better, but I like both of them quite a bit. And I heard mixed things about this, but if you like Simon Garfunkel, you like Art, and you don't have this, check it out. And Angel Clare. All right, I think that's all I'll do for now. I got some others, but we'll do them some other time. And the music's over, so it's perfect time to end. Okay, so see you next time.